Just what are we going to, because I feel as though now we've lost some points on this, and I know everyone has, and I feel as though the leaderboards are tainted, and the leaderboards are everything. Right now, squad battles are everything. Squad battles are life. Glitch tricks are, it's throwing everything off. I mean, how are we going to stop this? What's the plan? How are we going to fix the leaderboards? Because we can't have people glitch tricking.
I mean, you can fix the leaderboards by, the technical way, fixing the bugs, fixing the exploits. But when it comes to, the honor system, hey, don't do this, even though you know how to do it. I mean, there's just so many squads that just say, who cares? I'd rather have a higher rating than my dignity or respect. And I can't believe people would trade that. That's something you can never get back. And you're putting it on the line when you're doing these glitches. Because once you get caught, once you get recorded and posted on Twitter, I mean, you're basically finished. Whenever they see your clan, no one's going to play you. They're just going to skip you. They're going to press cancel because they already saw your glitches through Twitter. And you're basically going to be frozen in place. No one will play you. Or at least 80% of the socially active Twitter squads will not play you. And that's huge. So, well,
that's what I was talking to McCloof about earlier was, are we going to start blacklisting? Let's get together, get a little round table, maybe on one of these episodes, a few of the other big bosses, and do we just start officially blacklisting teams? I mean, I think the obvious solution to me is, hey, dev team over at Gameloft, could you do something to end the never respawn glitch, where they just never respawn, and can you make it so that the error message, whatever's causing this error message, if it's the person who hosts the match drops, or if it's 3 drop, whatever it is, fix it, right? That's the two big. Is there anything else we're missing? If we fix those two, have we fixed 90% of the problem?
Definitely. And I mean, there's still some issues. There's the intimidation factor. Like, whenever the newbies see a top 10 clan, they automatically leave. This basically puts the top clans in an isolation freeze. A lot of people are scared of the top clans. They don't want to play them. They just want to play the bottom, easy to pick fruit. And it sucks. I mean, this could totally be fixed if they just put a question mark over the squads you're facing. And once the game started, the team's revealed. So you don't get to pick and choose who you fight.
Well, is this back to the issue? We need challenge mode, where you should be able to challenge specific squads and play each other.
Oh, yeah. And custom matches. Yeah, custom matches would definitely satisfy that crowd.
Well, would it kill squads? I mean, I guess, are we going to still squad battle, or are we just going to... We would scrim, right? Because I would love to play like you, Rahul, and Gunner. Is Gunner Illshots? Is that who you is? He's like the third in your crew.
Oh, no, yeah. No, yeah, Gunner's a different person.
Okay, Gunner's. So when I see D in crew, I usually see you, Rahul, and Gunner. Gunner is posting me with radar. You two usually have the red. You play. I think I've already talked about how much I like watching you guys play. But is that the three? That's the three you guys take into most of your squad battles.
That's the tripod. Yep.
That's the tripod. See, I'd like to play you guys over and over and over until we can beat you. Would you mind?
Yeah, I mean that'd be totally awesome. I mean, eventually you'd find a counter.
I heard we got within 2 of you last night, Carlos and McCloof.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to play you guys next, and my plan, I've told the guys when we play you, we're going to spawn camp wherever we start. And I'm not coming out. You're going to come to us, and I want to see how it works. I mean, if you guys stay back too. I mean, I just want to see the logical extension of embracing anything legal. There's a difference to me between waiting the full allotted time, let's say, to respawn. Like, you can wait. Gameloft gives you probably
15 seconds, yeah.
It's too long. But whatever they give you, that you have the right to wait it out if you want to, and maybe it's better sometimes players do. But you got to spawn.
Yeah. I believe the 15-second is a little in-game feature to avoid the helicopter recon spawn trap. Because whenever the enemy team has a helicopter on a small map and you spawn, it's almost instant death. In hard clan battles. So that 15-second respawn can, save your life when it comes to dodging recons.
So, but and you're right, and that's always a smart way to do it. But I want to know about one of the things that's driving me crazy about Squad Battle Life is this difference between cheating and playing unpopular methods of play. That includes nades. If you use grenades, do you use the crumpler? Do you camp? Do you Skype while you play? All those things. None of those are glitches and none of those are hacks. Then you've got on the other side the never respawn, the glitch, the dropping out trying to cause the error message glitch. Those are clearly cheating, right? There's a difference.
There is a difference. Camping and noob tubing, everything has a counter. If someone has a rocket, grab a red and choose an open area where you can shoot the rocket guy from across the map. He won't be able to touch you. Camping, get a guy to run with recon, and he's going to see any guy camping in a corner and pre-fire him before the camping guy even sees him. Everything has a counter, except for glitches and, hacks that you can't defend yourself. It's just whatever they do, you're just going to take it, and it's going to affect you.
Beautifully said. What is it that you guys have been... Wait, were you 2 weeks at number one? I think it was Disturbed.
Oh yeah. We just did a clan battle, and you guys beat us. That was a really good match, and you guys are 1 mile ahead of us. I think it'll take probably 5 days of hardcore playing to catch up to you guys.
What happened? Tell me about this match you guys had.
Well, there were some unethical things.
Really?
Yeah. I guess it's opinion. Or I don't know. It's up to the community to decide. But from the facts, I'm not going to put my, opinion here. But it was 49-49, sudden death, blah, 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 blah. Everybody respawns with 1 life. And one of the SKC members had knowledge of how to respawn multiple times in sudden death. And one of our members noticed that, like, hey, didn't I kill this guy already? How is he coming back? And then we killed him again. And then we killed him a third time. And then we noticed every time this player disconnected and came back, he would gain a free life. And so we noticed that at the very, very last second. So Raul's like, is this normal? Let me disconnect and see if this is really happening. So Raul disconnected, rejoined, and he got a free life. And he's like, what the hell? You can rejoin and get new lives. But he discovered this, 10 seconds before the game was about to end. So,
were you there? Did you see?
I saw the whole thing. I was the first one to die in sudden death. Yeah, I saw that.
This was DN Crew versus SXC Inc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, big match. I wish this was recorded. No one recorded this?
Multiple people claim they recorded it, but a video hasn't surfaced.
So is this a glitch?
I have no idea.
So Raul did it and he pulled it off.
Yeah, he did it to find out what was going on. How was this player respawning 3 times?
This is my question then. So where do we draw the line? Because I'm comparing this to when we played last night. McCloof and Carlos just played against DES, and it was Deadly Ghost and Mining Scope. The two who play very well together. Mm-hmm. And apparently the allegation is that one of the Amigazo players was the first to throw a nade, and so they got angry and threw nades back, and there was a lot of nades thrown, and we barely won the match, but they were very angry about the nade that started the war. And I thought, wait a second, now nades are illegal too? Like, who's defining these rules of conduct, these rules of war? And because everyone comes yelling afterwards, like, you're not playing ethically or honorably. Yeah. It's like, I don't know about honorably or not, but I know the glitches are wrong, and the styles are styles and those are strategy. But with these things like because you're telling us now that we can always get back into a match when it's overtime. If we die, just disconnect and rejoin. Well, is that illegal or not?
I have no idea. We just recently discovered that on that match. Is that a bug or a glitch, or is that intentional? I mean, if it wouldn't be intentional, if I mean,
we need a rule book.
Yeah. I mean,
A rule book.
Nobody knows.
I think squads could use some cleaning up.
Yeah, and about the grenade thing, it's kind of weird. I've seen more passionate hate towards grenades than crumplers. Like in MC4, the rocket was clumped up with the, was considered a noob tube, and whenever someone used a rocket, they'd get extremely mad and call them, noob tuber, and they'd be ashamed. But in MC5, almost 90% of all the clans are using the crumpler, and there's not really much people against that. Now it's the hate is mostly focused on nades, which I find it kind of funny. The nades are more, I guess, unethical than the one-shot rockets.
What is it? Well, give me an idea of what's something that's setting D and crew apart, because you guys have been number one a lot. You know what? It always depends. What night do we do a podcast might change who's at number one at this time. But to me, I can look at 3 clans real easy. Who's in top right now is XS. So SXE is right at this moment. If we had done this show on Friday, D and crew would have been in the top, and at other times maybe King's Clan. I think those are the 3 that have seemed to have been at top the most. But compared to all these other, there's a lot more squads out there than just the top 3, the top 5, or even the top 20. What is it though that's putting you guys up top? What do you got? I think you guys are better than most at the individual gunfights. I think the other big thing you guys do differently is strategy. I've already talked about this, but I want to hear it from you. Like, what do you guys think you're doing really well over there?
Well, the biggest engine behind our progress is repetition. We mostly use the same 3 players. That's our core. Sometimes we add a variable, an extra player. But we have 3 main players that know every single strat inside and out, has done every strat a billion times, knows each flaw to each strat. Like, hey, I shouldn't be doing this at this time. And because we're cycling the same players each and every map, everybody has just synergistic consistency. And just basically, one of the most important things about having a fully functional team is having names for each spot. One of the biggest flaws I've noticed with other teams when they voice chat is they say, oh, there's an enemy over here, look where I died, over here. That's not very descriptive. That doesn't help anyone when you're shouting over here or over there. But when you have precise names, like near the truck or near this canal entrance B, when you give directions that accurate, you're basically sending a heat-seeking missile towards the opponent, and that's your teammate. Your teammate's gonna hunt them down so fast because he knows exactly what you're talking about. And so, when you have the same team playing with each other many times, they just improve communication, improve defense, offense, and just strat repetition. And the thing is, when you cycle random players that haven't really played with each other, they don't really complement each other at times. And you basically have to have a certain amount of classes running. You can't have all red players. You can't have all recon players. You need a fine balance because, something off balance will really upset the final game results.
I'd love to talk to Gunnar sometime about his theories on using recon, because he's really good at it.
He's insane.
He plays with really impressive discipline, and he knows the spots. He's always tough to play against.
Yes, discipline is huge. There's some players that no matter how many times you tell them, hey, guard this area, just stay put, their curiosity kicks in and they peek their head out and get killed, and then enemies spill in through that entrance, and it's a good game. It's very hard to recover out of that. But discipline is huge. When you have players just guarding a boring spot, even though it's boring, they stay put and they stay guarding that area. It's huge because you can depend on that player, and you're not going to get backstabbed.
We should maybe sell copies of D and Crew's maps on our website. Or you could just email me a set and I'll just look them over if you don't mind.
We had a strat leak.
You did?
Yeah, it was,
Go on.
very noticeable. We posted what we did on Canals in the DN channel, where we put our recon player, where he guards. And ever since we posted that video, every single hard team starts throwing grenades there before we even get there. And sometimes when we do get there before they start throwing grenades, they automatically start lobbing grenades wherever they saw us post up in the video, and they do get us.
How are your maps for each? You've got a map with all the names. I don't know how detailed you guys get, but do you have like laminated copies in your office?
No, we just got digital screenshots on our devices.
So I saw you guys were mentioned, I think, 2 times in a row now on the Facebook. It looks like on Facebook, Gameloft announces the weekly leaders for each.
Oh, that's cool. I never do that.
I know. I don't get is there really a Facebook community for Modern Combat?
I have no idea. I didn't even know that existed.
It's a separate crowd in my world.
Wow, so they post stuff on there? Like Gameloft?
Yeah, they post I believe it's weekly because I've seen it twice now. Around at the end of the week, they post the winner, at that time, the time of the posting, the leader for each leaderboard. And I was flipping through it, and it seemed to me that it was in reverse order of significance. It starts off with these individual rankings, which I'm looking at like, this is totally meaningless.
Yeah.
Go. And finally I got to the iOS squad board leader, squad leaderboard, and you were at the top at the time. I am looking at it right now. I've got SXC Inc. in top. GTH, which, see, I've just got questions there. DN Crew, Kings Clan, DN United. Those are my top 5 right now. So 2 DNs. Wait, would you say who's that? So United is your scrubs sitting in 5th?
That's our trainees.
I don't know. I feel like I saw United once, and it was it looked a lot like Crew.
Yeah. Sometimes 70% of it is Crew. We're basically, we're the training wheels on that, helping the trainees.
That's pretty good to get to 5th with your trainees.
Yeah, I think we just dropped hard today.
DES is in 6, S&M, SXC Gaming, Rape, and what's this? OOV? OOV? I like the googly eyes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a hardcore rocket team.
Are you looking at it? Who's number 8? I don't know how to pronounce that. 11. Who's number 11?
Gay Beanies.
Is that really what they did?
Yeah.
Didn't I have the right idea when I said what we should do? We take units from SXC, DN, and King Clan. We get as many as we need to spell a word, and we make words on.
Oh yeah, Palringo. Well, yeah, we do have the power to do that.
Well, that's what would be impressive, though. Flexing.
Flexing.
It'd be
we do have the capabilities of doing that. We just need cooperation.
We need a truce.
Yeah.
Would one of your demands be that DN Crew would have to be number 1 at the time that the truce was entered, so that you could say you're the last one on top during the competition?
No, we don't have to be number 1.
I'm just. We have to work out something. Rock, paper, scissors to see who gets to go out on top when the truce is enacted, and then you make Power Ringo would be a fun one to spell, and then we can
Definitely.
You keep shuffling the deck until they make custom matches. We're gonna keep shuffling their deck.
An easier method would probably be to get the some good players from Palringo and just make a Palringo clan and get it to 1, and I'm sure it'll have a spotlight.
The super clan. Well, I think such a clan, it's probably an inevitability if real money were to enter this sport, quote unquote, this e-sport. If Modern Combat were to draw the attentions of a company like Red Bull, and how much money would it take? From zero, playing as much as people do, to getting sponsored on some level. You could make a super clan. You'd take maybe the 3 best from the top 3 clans, maybe top 4. You'd have to think out the specifics, and then you dominate. And then the other issue with that, though, and I've thought a lot about this too. I don't know if it made my little outline here or not, but marketability. It seems like there's a lot of people out there focused on trying to make something out of their gaming career, maybe to be pro. A lot of them do it by trying to get YouTube subscribers, get views on YouTube, or get a lot of followers on Twitter. But it seems like if people were going to actually try for sponsorship, they'd probably have to clean up their act a little bit on the social media.
Definitely. They would have to learn business ethics, what not to do, what not to say, how to clean up your attitude and approach towards things. So it can be, completely compatible with the sponsor's view of what the ideal player should be.
Well, you can't be saying offensive language, at least offensive in the corporate world. Their corporate world, they have different ways of speaking, the business etiquette. And if you go around saying things like, what's an example? Well, posting porn is probably one. You can't be using homophobic terms. You can't be using certain slurs. You can debate whether they are slurs, whether it is good or bad or whatnot. But what you can't argue is that corporate America is okay with it. And I just think there's so many gamers that would... to me, I think it's a conflict that's waiting to happen because I think esports is going to come up. It will be more popular. And I just think if the best players were to unite, take a couple steps over, they'd be very well positioned to make something out of this and grow the sport, so to speak, of modern combat.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah, there's a lot of potential with this, especially since Gameloft just took a very smart approach. With the last edition, MC4, it was only really compatible with the latest devices, basically devices that came out 2 years ago. And with MC5, they did something to the graphics engine. They made it more compatible with newer and older devices. And because they did this, they just attracted maybe 2 times, a bigger audience. And I mean, this has to be more attractive to sponsors and other corporations that are interested in professional gaming.
Maybe you take the best 10. I don't want to break. You don't want to be breaking up groups. I'm just saying, if what we really need is just some camaraderie, maybe amongst the top clans. But I don't mean to overplay a bitter note. Squad. It's easy to say let's all be friends and get along, but if I lose a squad battle like the other night, I had a busy day. I get home, all the stuff I did, whatever. I get through my day and I know my brother McCloof's ready to play. I know Carlos is ready to play. And so I'm jumping in a couple squad battles. And I just get wrecked twice by SXC Gaming. And it just happened to be that my man Proxy was on the other team. And I'd left on a sour note with him. And losing those 2 games just wrecked I stopped playing right after. I didn't even play a third game. I was so angry. I was getting angry at my brother. Mad texts like, you shouldn't play if you're not warmed up. And I went to bed and I woke up the next day and I put hashtag after my name on Palringo. Basically, I don't know what our language is. I'll say F, F SXC Gaming. And people were concerned saying, why would you say such a thing? And at the time it seemed reasonable. I apologized afterwards. It was wrong. And I made up with Proxy. And I really squashed all of my beef that I had with people because I realized that 99% of the problems, the drama, the beef, and it's caused by the squad battles. There's no escaping it. It's a very intense and competitive, and the highs are high and the lows are very low.
That's true. If everybody took a cool and measured approach towards squad battles, everything would be fun in games, just like MC4 custom matches. Nobody really, really raged when they lost, but because you have numbers and rankings involved, suddenly everyone's attitude changes. And I've seen many people change because of MC5. Like they literally inverted as a person. Their personality completely inverted. And I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen a video game change people like that. But yeah, the squad battles do get intense. You have some egos riding on the line, but if players learn to disconnect themselves from the game and just treat it as a competitive sport, with I guess just people needed to learn how to chill.
I don't know, man. Yeah, but how can I even talk? Because it drove me to such madness once. Why wouldn't it do it again? I think that part of what makes us such a skilled community. I mean, I'm talking about I am referring just to the Pauringo Modern Combat community. The high level of skill that kind of unites that community has something to do with that. I think, I mean, I know for me, I've always been ultra competitive in whatever I do. And I think that's true of a lot of people in it. I mean, I know you're a little different. I know you do tend to keep cool. You've never invited me into the DN Crew private chat for a tour. I thought I was going to be given a tour, just a temporary tour. You can kick me out. But what I'd like to know, don't you?
Yeah, I can get you in.
Yeah, I just want a tour. Would you guys, I mean, you ever fly off the handle when you guys lose?
I mean, our number one goal is to just keep calm, because you hear all the time clans falling apart because as soon as the match is over, fingers start getting pointed. But if everybody learns to keep the rage inside, try to identify the issue, what's the problem, why did you lose? Maybe attack the issue, not attack a person or a player or a team. Attack the issue, get mad at the issue, and just destroy it. I mean, that's what we do. Sometimes I have rage inside, but I just, if I don't let it come out, it's not gonna, I'm not gonna. It's like a snowball effect. Once you get started, it's gonna get stronger. And if you don't start with the rage, I mean, it's easy to get past.
Who are some of the hardest squads you've had to play? Who have you seen out there?
GTH.
Yeah.
KB Nates. I think
who's KB Nates? I mean, obviously they're taking.
That's a clan squad name. Yeah. Oh, who's KB Nates?
Who are those players? I don't remember. I don't recognize them.
I don't know. That squad fills up and becomes active, and then it becomes empty. Wait, and here's the odd thing about KB Nates. They were one of the hardest teams I've ever faced, and they have the skill capability of reaching 2100, 2200, but they're stuck at 1700 when their aiming is like, it's incredible. Their aiming's incredible, their strats, their tactics, yet they're stuck at 1741. That does not make sense. There's fishy stuff going on with KB Nates.
I've heard rumors of fishy things with Brazilians as well, the Brazilian squad.
Oh yeah, the Brazilian squads, they speed hack and use unlimited ammo, I believe, on the rockets.
Anyone else on this list, this top 10 that we need to call out?
There's 5 versus Willie is another KB Nates. They're pretty good. Actually,
in fact, one of their players is named Gay B Nates.
Oh, that's true. Wow, that's a link there.
They've got a GTH in there. Interesting.
Yeah, 5 versus Willie has capabilities of reaching first place, but they're stuck at 1650. And here's the thing about squads. When people join legit, real squads, they want a respectable, cool name. Something they'll be proud to stand by. But some people are saying they're starting fakes. Some squads are starting fake squads to boost themselves. Mm-hmm. And if these boosters don't really, give an F about their squad, they're gonna name it something stupid, something meaningless. And there's a lot of those names on the top 20. Names that don't make sense, names that don't really signify a clan.
Well, I think we're mispronouncing. I think it's Guy Benates. I think you were mispronouncing it.
I think they chose that because you're not allowed to put G-A-Y.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
That's just tasteless. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Clever, but a sign of what could be done with the powering the squad leaderboard. Once we come to our senses. Mm-hmm. Because it's fun to be number one, but it's just going to be a repeat. It's going to be one up. It's going to be up and down for a while. I don't know how long it goes on. I just want the matches.